Alright. We're going to have to extend the city.
Warning. Vehicle under attack.
What? Oh god, yeah, the pirates are attacking, huh? Yeah, well, it's close enough to the harbor, it doesn't really matter. Eventually, once that ship gets far enough away, they'll pull back, but... Or if, you know, Hector... Or, it was rather, if Hector's ships ever break away, they'll pull off. Right. Alright. So Hector's still trying to raid my convoys, but not really successful. That's the good news. We've got him kind of, you know, broken. Good. That's the way I like it. He's broken and on the run.
Warning. Vehicle under attack.
I know. I don't care. They'll be fine. I've got repair things in all my ports.
Vehicle under attack.
So, when they go to repair, eventually they'll end up repairing. That's the thing. I really should use this EMP. This thing will actually disable all ships next to it for 45 seconds. So, you know, if Hector tries anything silly... What's he trying here? What is he doing?
Alert. Registering hostile boarding attempt.
He's actually trying to board my ship, hilariously. Yeah. This is a bad idea to do when the ship has an escort. It's fairly obvious to see his ship is not going to be very successful. These are the 2 meters that the crew are currently fighting. Every time the ship takes damage, his meter will go down as well. Since he's also boarding, you'll notice he's taking a whack load of damage in comparison to normal. Basically, when boarding, ships are vulnerable to fire.
Enemy boarding.
Violence has always been the best solution.
Yeah, Hector reluctantly admits to being inferior to you in military terms, and he likes you more because of that, meaning he's probably not going to raid you quite as much as one ship cripples away.
The board has its eye.
Silly Hector. Silly Hector. Those guys should be going over there, I don't know. It'll fix itself. Yeah. And the ships get repaired as they come in through the docks and stuff, so... That's what I like to see. Yeah, Hector's boarding failed, as expected. Hilariously, Thor will try and board your ships too sometimes. That's what you need the ID anomalizer for, because that's what he's using. And, basically, Thor will be a pirate against you, and you can't fire back at him without declaring war. It's really jerky. Just dump this here for now. Problem is, I have nothing right now needed. What I should do is probably start moving concrete here and prepping that. I still have very little income. I need to do something about that. More homes. Homes for all. I think that's centered. I hope that's centered. Gosh, do I hope that's centered. I was one thing off. Jerks. Alright, that's all we can do for now? Okay. I'm not going to worry about hauling more building blocks over here quite so quick. It's nothing I really have to worry about. There. That's going to help improve the income a little bit, establishing some new suburbs and stuff. What I should probably also start doing is selling stuff. Might be possible. We'll consider it. How is our supply of various things around here doing? Coal's just fine. Good. Yeah, everything looks okay. How is plastic feeding for our people? We actually have enough plastic, so the only thing we now need is convenience food. The only thing stopping us from getting convenience food is licenses. So we just need a quest from...
The company values competent people like you. Just a moment.
Quest is still on another 30-minute cooldown. I don't really have time to wait for that. I need to lobby him. Or get a quest from somebody else.
We hang hypocrites like you.
Were you followed?
Hello.
Nobody is right now willing to give me a quest. This is a problem. I could, I suppose, move and establish my farms on another island. Oh, there's a damaged nuclear reactor on this island. Don't settle on it. Oh, there's an automated sewage plant. I knew there was other friggin' places. Yeah, alright. It seems like seems like something I might have to do. I knew that I was looking for one of those to put my thing on earlier, but I didn't find one. Which sucked. There wasn't any in this. Oh man. Oof. For really, this is what happens when you get negative 999. Friggin' ecology. It's rough. Like, this is terrifying. Ugh. See, it's much better over here. I try and keep things relatively in good shape. Don't ever try and go too low on the whole ecology front. One of the other problems is the sector as a whole. Not the entire player base like I was talking about before. Just the region you're playing in has a shared global ecology level. So the shared global ecology level affects things like how often tornadoes and tsunamis and stuff come. And it can actually be really devastating if there's a lot of islands that are really bad. Things get really rough. Oh.
How did you sneak in under my radar?
Yeah. Thor's already got submarines, as we can see. That's not a good thing. Also, one of Hector's damaged raiders is running around. Alright.
The company values competent people like you.
I think I know how I can get some licenses. Where's Polaris? You know what you'll do? These are actually worth to sell. So I'm just going to do is toss this overboard. Ryan's going to come pick this up. Where's Polaris? Here it is. I don't know if these are worth anything. The EM pulse bomb's worth something, and I'm probably going to have to sell that. I don't know. At least it's not great, but I really would like to keep this pulse bomb. I'm going to take all three just to see if there's anything worthwhile. What's this? Oh, a leather eye patch, otherwise known as useless stuff. Okay. Alright, let's take this stuff over. See if we can't sell it at Rufus for enough licenses. Because I don't want to have to spread myself too thin and settle another island. I don't have the resources to do that right now. I really just do not. I'm going to keep the ID anomalizer, because that's going to be useful later. Alright, good. We have building blocks and plastic coming in. We gotta have plastic building up faster than we can ship it. I suppose as long as it's also faster than we can use it, I don't mind. Oh, apparently my stream glitched out again. Sorry guys. Stream bugs. Alright. Where was I? Alright. So you're gonna go trade with Rufus Thorn. We still have another 46 minutes. Okay. Before I have to really get into panic mode. You'll see me mostly building an armada about 30 minutes prior. I do have steel, which is good. I do have some steel on my arc. It's not really much, but it'll do since I'll mostly be focusing on warship construction. Gonna need to produce a heck of a lot more iron here too. In fact, that's actually what I'm gonna do now. I'm going to expand just about every available mine. And try and get that going. I'm also going to demolish that in favor of building an iron mine. We will need... Oh, not in a construction area, really. God damn it. We will need to save one location for uranium, so I guess that'll be that. We'll save that for uranium. That's fine. The depot has cold over here, that's good. That'll be fine. Actually, I'd really like to move that if I'm gonna... Yeah. install a couple more rotary extractors there. And a depot, so that way we actually have access to this area.
Registering eco-balance degradation.
Yeah, eco-balance is now at negative 200. It is getting very severe. It's precarious. Yeah, it's not looking good. This is the industry island, though, so you will find me giving zero shits. Like, this is why I'm storing all my dirty industry on the same island. Because you know what the dirty industry doesn't care about? The eco-balance. So if you can just isolate your negative eco-balance to one island, that's great. The most amazing thing ever. Alright, so that iron mine's now hooked up. That iron mine's now hooked up. Good. 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 Alright, so all the iron mines are now hooked up. And that's going to be for uranium at some point in the future. Alright, set up for later. And we have an extra depot there just in case. Uranium's used to make heavy armaments, which you can see are used there, with steel to make a Colossus.
Interested in the Global Trust fleet, are you? Well, go ahead.
The Rufus Thorn runs around the map and will trade with you. Like, what I can actually do in these ports is, if I go to trade, I can set up things to be sold and bought. So when Rufus comes by, I could say, buy convenience food, all of it. Buy plastic and stuff, or if I have excess stuff, I can sell it. So that's another way of making money. I often sell things like munitions, because I usually have an overproduction of it. Yeah, we're actually capping out on the amount of oil we can house here, aren't we? What? No, actually. This depot just can't keep up. This is what I was talking about, why you need to upgrade your depots. There. Now it has more cars to run around. If it has more, has more things to run around, it'll be able to do that a little better. I might need to make more depots here. Probably should. Just to be sure, it never hurts to build more little infrastructure on the side, you know? Okay, there we are. A little extra infrastructure does not hurt, so that should solve the problem. Keep that supply chain working. Hector's patrolling around his base a bit.
Ah, my budding?
Alright.
The company
open
always
trade
has
here.
a certain amount of goods on site.
80 licenses. Yeah, wow. We'll keep that. We only needed that, really.
Very profitable.
That's good. So now we have 279 licenses. Way more than enough to get one of these. There we go. So, the other thing we're going to need is, yeah, you're full up on booze. You know, considering the number of people we have here, I figured booze would be a little, you know, this is more in use. And again, I did start producing a ton of it. For, you know, the reason of not needing to come back and worry about it for a little while. It tends to be why I produce things in such large quantities over the top so quickly. It may not necessarily be the immediate quickest way of doing it, but it works. It means I don't have to worry about it for a little while. It gives me time to work on other things. Like I said, this isn't exactly fast-paced StarCraft here. We're playing SimCity on one hand and supply chain management on the other. Haven't even gotten to really any particularly large battling ideas yet. There's not much micro to speak of. It tends to be more macro-based anyway. Because you can just produce more ships. And eventually you'll win out. Assuming, you know. There's also counters, obviously. These are just kind of all-around ships. The Vipers, on the other hand...
Crew ready. Now that's the way things should be.
The Vipers, on the other hand, are actually very good versus submarines and air units. They may not have an air unit attack, but they have a little drone that attacks air units. So they're okay against the airships. They're not the greatest, but
A reconnaissance mission. You must have a thorough
they're actually,
knowledge
you
of
know, the weakest ship against other ships, though. But submarines, they murder them so bad. These things are okay against other ships and okay against air units. Nothing spectacular. They can't even attack submarines. The Colossus, it just demolishes other ships. It's very important. Alright, and a little more money coming in here. Something else I'm going to pop down. Cost 20 goddamn concrete.
Interested in doing a little business with old everything ship-shape?
Oh, hey, we have a trench coat popping into the sector. That'll be useful. Might have something good this time. Who knows? But, okay, so this guy's arrived here with these vegetable seeds, which we are now going to socket in.
Registering new fertility.
Very good. Alright, so now we're just going to socket that into use. So I can now use this whenever, which is good. It'll let me take out a couple of Hector's ships, disabling them for 45 seconds. That should generally put an end to his shenanigans. So we still have an hour and 40 minutes before Keto gets here. Another hour and 40 minutes. Okay, well, I'm going to need to try and get all the remaining concrete here. Just a little more. Come on. There you go.
Here, an assignment